talk in normal tone. So, hi Pune and Shrikant. Hello. So, all are comfortable with homeopathy first? 100%? Have you took treatment for yourself with homeopathy anytime? Okay, in family members? Is there any homeopathy in a family? Okay, so same with me also. I am the 30th generation of the medicos in my family. And the first one is homeopathy. And probably when I passed out, I was having the minimum qualification as a medico, because most of the family members are PG in their respective fields. One of my cousin is a PhD in space medicine. After MD, he has done PhD in space medicine and one of the team member of Rakesh Sharma. So, this is such kind of the family. Among that, I have to work homeopathy. So scientific minded, knowledge, so many things. But the purpose to come over here and to be with you, that is the main thing, is homeopathy work. It always work. Irrespective of, it is not only in the hands of masters, but also in learners also, like me and you. Even the learners who follow the instruction which is given in the subjects, learn from the various kind of the masters, and then if we faithfully apply it scientifically, most of the time it works. Because what was my belief system, that when I passed out, that 2-3 medicines together give, and that is homeopathy. Then started my own practice and following that belief system only. Evolving from that, a comparatively good kind of the case taking. Because without good kind of case taking or details of the case, you can't come to a one remedy. Then learn from the other masters, and many of the masters in India, fortunately, there are many masters. So we can learn each, and we can adopt each good things from them. And then we can integrate the whole, and then our own way of doing the things can be done. And then scientifically analyzing our own way of practice, putting into a statistical report, and then we can analyze up to what extent we have learned and what we now has to remaining for the learn. So at present I am very much encouraged by the Yakir's work also. I always try to read those books, even Dr. Mahesh Gandhi's books. I am very much inclined to learn from him. So these are the cases which are very simple, very baseline. It is no too much of the different kind of the systems, but most of the cases has been taken according to the 7 levels. That 7 level you will learn probably afterwards, but the case taking method which is recently introduced by Dr. Shankaran. Previously that was, for me, case taking, that is 84 to 104. But he has devised, he has guided that 84 to 104 in such a very good manner that you can easily evaluate your progress and where the patient is. That is one of the most important thing of that particular levels of experience. But that we will not going to learn in this session. We will going to have the cases, probable details of the cases, its processing, and then the results. So it is not the basic, the presentation is for teaching purpose. It is more for the inspiring purpose that homeopathy works. Simple. If we follow it properly, it works. If we don't follow it, it don't work. Nothing will work. Even if we ride a cycle and if we make this kind of the pedaling, then it will not go forward. It will go forward like this only. That is the simple law of physics. So we are starting with a case of a comparatively good case. Okay. So this is a case of a small girl around 9-12 years old. She has come to our OPD because I am founder member of one of the homeopathic college in Bhavnagar and also working in the OPD also. So that I have to see the cases in front of my interns and third year student, fourth year student. They all sitting in together almost like you, and I have to take the case, and the child is not uttering a single word, and what to do? So I have to take all the details from the parents plus observation. So history from the parents and observation of the child. These two I have combined in this case. So these are the photograph, pre-photograph that Dr. already Aradhna has said that I have not started taking the photograph, but we are used to take photograph before and after generally, because to have the good follow-up criteria for us. So the first one is on the leg, that is right anterior tibial aspect, then on the left shoulder, then on the eyes, then on the almost sternal area, on the epigastric region, on the left nipple. These are the just on the back side, these are the spots of vitiligo. So that was taken 29 August 2009, and after the almost 4 months, this was the comparative issue. So you can see here the two different, here the patch is not seen, even here the patch is not seen almost. See, those interns are already present. It is minimizing. So shoulder spot has been gone, leg spot gone. Again, these 3 points already it is not present on the second slide. On the back side it is almost gone. Again, two legs are similar. From eye, the texture of the skin you can differentiate. The texture of the skin has been changed completely. Then on the upper level of sternum, that is almost gone. And here the epigastric region, the spot has already gone. And this is what the photograph of the child. So from all the details of the parents and the child, I have took the following rubrics. That is dictatorial, conscientious about the trifles, precocity, sensitive children, timidity public in appearing, side left then right, because the parents has suggested that the left side is affected, then the right, then restlessness children in, because she was not constantly moving in the OPD, thirstlessness, chocolate aversion, that is very strange in the children, salt and food desires, and discoloration, white spots, vitiligo. That is what the pathological rubric is. So these are the rubric. Probably any medicines comes to your mind. Don't repetize, only just think. Don't write even, because it is not a teaching session. It is a inspiring session only. So just you have to see and enjoy. It is not covering chocolate aversion and salt food desires. This is not, it is not covering. So now what to do? Medorinum is already covering. Even medorinum is not covering. Chocolate is not covered under this, because at that time I am using the Kara software. Eliminating rubric I have taken, that is a side right then left, because it is not in the any of the literature of the vitiligo that it first develops on the right. That is not a common symptom. So the side determination and side affection is one of the most important part. That is why in repertorization I have took as a eliminating symptom. And then what happens? These three medicines only come. So now what to give? What we should give? Anything? Any idea? That is again a Kara's one functionality that you can analyze through this kind of the which kingdom it is showing more. So plant kingdom was very prominent. So that is the Lycopodium and Veratrum was there. Veratrum is also a plant remedy. So 2 doses of the indicated medicine has been given. Treatment period 29 August 2009 to 12/3/2011. After starting the treatment, eruption developed on the eyelid, like a sty. The eruption diminishing itself, no external application allowed, nutritional and exercise advised, and no medicines given since 12 months. Nothing given, only 2 doses. Meanwhile, I say, generally I do experiment in the OPD also. When I am confirmed, I give only 1 packet, and second packet, if needed, I will tell you. No placebo, no phytum, nothing else which has been given. So if such kind of the experiment can be done, if these 2 packets are working very nicely on the patient, the effect of this can be very good on the patient's family. Okay, with very few medicine or very minimum medicine, it has been cured very nicely. Okay, so medicine is not important. What we have done, how we have done, this is what important is. And that is how we can say homeopathy works. This is a case of allergic reaction basically. So what happens generally? Have you been any of the in practice anytime? Anybody is in the practice? Okay, what we do first? If any patient come to us, what we do the first? Because I want to convey this very important issue of the future. That is why I want to convey. What do we do? Huh? If patient comes to us, what we do the first? Okay, we take the case. Any other answer? Any other answer? Anybody has? Do you have? Beg your pardon? Empty your brain. Okay. Any other options? First, always remember, except emergency conditions, always take informed consent. It is one of the most essential parameter. Informed consent. All over the world, now it is a rule that before you start your treatment, take informed consent of the patient. If the patient is minor, then legal guardian can give the or sign the informed consent. That is, nowadays it will going to be the rule as per NABH standard that everybody has to follow in next years. So that's why this patient come without any appointment because it has been sent by one of the colleague. And so she has a severe kind of the eruption. When you see it, you will understand. So here the whole hand, all the lateral side of the both the limb, even on the abdomen, because I have not took photograph of the abdomen, on the back side, everywhere there is eruption. Have a close look. Okay. So how it has started? Because she was suffering from ringworm infection and she has started treatment from a dermatologist. So after taking the dermatologist treatment, she has suddenly developed such kind of the eruption and there was intense itching. So she has again consulted the dermatologist, the same dermatologist, and he has stopped all the medication. Okay, now you don't take this kind of this treatment because it is not suitable to you. So she was taking allopathic treatment for the ringworm from a dermatologist. After 2 weeks, she has developed the allergic reaction all over the body, and dermatologist advised to stop allopathic medicines. He has done the right thing. According to everybody, one should not take it if they are oversensitive to that. So now they come to homeopathic treatment, and without taking the informed consent, because they come and insisted very much. On the follow-up day they came. Okay, you have to take the case because I have so much kind of the itching. So first diminish that itching, then everything will be done. Full case will be done. So whatever details I have, that I have took at that time. So she was almost 47 years old female, married housewife. This is the LSMC, what we generally do in all the cases. Location, sensation, modality and concomitant. So scene, onset sudden, since 2 months, back, hand, thigh. Eruption with itching, scratching until it bleeds and burning. First rash develop at one place and then all over the body. Aggravated at 10 am, aggravated at 2 am and 2 pm. That is very marked aggravation time. Aggravation during sleep because 2 am means aggravation, perspiration, tension about the disease, that also aggravates. Conversation and being occupied, that ameliorates. Typical Gujarati female characteristics most of the time. Menopausal age since 6 months. Gabraman, that is kind of suffocation or oppression. Sweating aggravates and tension. These are the comparatively common symptoms of menopause. Physical generals, I took that desire milk 3 times, fruit 3, sweet 2, aversion nothing particular, thermal hot, thirstless, almost 2 to 3 glass per day. Addiction, that is she told me that she always having desire to tea. If any guest comes, she will take tea with them also. Sleep position, one hand under head, this kind of the position. Menses, menopause since 6 months, so it is not that much regular. Mental general symptoms, very much concerned about the house, family care and do day-to-day working. She is taking too much of the pain in doing the things for other. Taking care about everybody even when she is not healthy. Even if she is ill, she used to go for the taking care of the other family members. But when angry, she becomes silent and don't talk with anybody, anger subsides itself. Those people who are in Gujarat side, they will understand કે જ્યારે મને બહુ ગુસ્સો આવે ને ત્યારે હું શાંતિને એક બાજુ બેસી જાઉં, કોઈની સાથે વાત ન કરું, ગુસ્સો એની મેળે શાંત થઈ જાય. That is what her typical expression, because she was coming from a very lower educational family. She likes to do all type of work at home and that gives her mental satisfaction and ameliorate generally. All kind of from simple cleaning of the home to the making food. These are the 2 parameters. Generally, other laborers or maids can do these things. But she is from quite wealthy family, even though she likes to do all the things by her hand only. So I took the symptoms of first LSMC, that is clipboard A. That is generalities, afternoon, 1 p.m., 6 p.m. aggravation, 2 p.m. That is generalities, midnight after 2 a.m. So both from one aggravation, I have took 2 rubrics. And third is itching, scratching, must bleed until. Done the repetition of the same. So there are same medicines, arsenicum, pulsatilla, sulfur, nitric acid, kali, carb, lachesis, and this I can't read. Ruxtux, okay. That Ruxtux has been arrived. So there is one part we have covered. Second is physical general symptom. The same aggravation, amelioration, thirstlessness, because modalities are the general symptoms also. Position, arm, then food and drink, sweet desire and milk desire. Again we have to do the repetition, that arsenic, Naxomica, Ruxtux, Pulsatilla, phosphorus, sulfur, ignitia, such kind of medicines are coming. Now mental aspect remaining, that is care worries full of anger, tachycardia with it, and occupation diversion ameliorates. So again ignitia, natramur, Kalika, Pulsatilla, carcinosin, iodum, sepia, this kind of the medicines are coming. So now what we should do? We have 3 group symptoms: particular symptoms, general symptoms, and mental symptoms. Okay. To whom we should give importance? Kisko de? If we have to vote, to whom we should vote? Not in political scenario, but in homeopathic scenario. We should neglect nothing. Why to neglect? Because all are coming from the patient. Is it from us? Everything is coming from the patient. So give equal importance to each, but according to the masters has said, first the mentals, second the physical generals, and third the particular. This is what has said in homeopathic literature. So why not to follow it properly? If we have already symptomatology, let us follow. So this all 11 symptoms has been covered. And now final repetition: Pulsatilla, arsenic, Naxomica, sulfur, sepia, ignitia. These are the medicines are coming. Now which remedy should be given? Okay, now it is your turn. Now it's your turn. 100%. Sure. Let us see. So understanding of the case, that is prominent physical, general symptom, mental and physical. General means mental and physical both. Then physical particular with characteristic modality, because 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. that is characteristic modality of that particular person. Susceptibility moderate, because she has given all sort of the symptom, but she is very sensitive to the allopathic drug too. That is also showing the susceptibility reaction. So that we have to assess the susceptibility also. So that is why, and the miasm is psoric to psychosis. It has started from the ringworm, itching, but it is a hyperkeratosis also, as we can see. So that we have to keep in mind, it is a proliferative things are going on. So it is a going toward the psychotic, but it is basically a psoric to psychotic drug. This both parameter drug should cover. Potency medium, because it is an allergic reaction. All the symptoms are available, but not so much predominant mental symptoms are there. Then next, she has already took too much of the allopathic medication and she is being sensitive to that also. And repetition frequent, and because of the intense itching, because she is itching a lot, that's why suffering was more. So we have to be sensitized toward that comparative suffering also. If we can give it in a repetition, then it can help her more. So medicine given, Pulsatilla has been given, 30. So now I am showing the chart also. On 26th 12th 2013, Pulsatilla 30 TDS treatment started for almost 10 days or a week. And she came on 6/1. So 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 and 31st. 6 days. And next 6 days, 12 days follow up. Itching of the hands was comparatively diminished. So she was in a good mood. Okay, now I am better. So once she said I am better, I stopped the medication and started giving placebo. Because Pulsatilla 30 also in the vial form. This is also in the vial form. She is going to take. Again on 20th January, itching diminished, so Phytum has been given. On this 31st January, again itching diminished, skin become comparatively smooth. 14th February, that is one of the most important day, Phytum has been given and improvement noted. On 3/3/2014, as improvement stopped, she has complained of something itching or not feeling good. Again pulsatilla 30 given for a week. And on 14/3, again phytum. Even still she is on phytum. A comparatively kind of earning in homeopathic practice. That is also we have to calculate. That also a part of our understanding. These photographs are not so clear, but is it visible little bit? Then I will show you the more clear photograph. Because at that time some electricity problem was there at my clinic. Okay. So this all are the pre and post treatment photographs. No discoloration remain now. Not a single spot of discoloration is there. Completely normal skin as it was before the taken treatment of the allopathic by dermatologist. So this is how the case has been done with that. Okay. Now which kind of the case would you like to see? There is one seronegative RA, there is tubercular pleurisy. Photograph, if it is, then I have to see this case also. Contagium molluscum. This is a small child who referred to the college OPD. Whenever you have question or board, please tell me. A 6-year-old child referred by a homeopath to OPD of Swami Vivekananda Homeopathic Medical College for the treatment of multiple Contagium molluscum, not responding to homeopathic treatment given by the homeopath. A homeopath has referred case to the homeopath, a miracle, in a way. That openness is very much needed nowadays. The patient is coming from the lower socio-economic status. There is history of same type of the skin eruption in other children in the family and in the neighborhood. It comes to OPD with his grandfather. So grandfather and the grandson. No mother, no father, nobody. That's how generally OPD working goes on. So case has been taken on 26/12/2012. Education, she was in nursery, then brother 4 elder to him and one sister 1 elder to him. He was the youngest. Presenting complaint, that is location skin, face, chest, back since 6 months. Small vesicular wart not disappearing with treatment. No modality is available. But the child is irritable, obstinate as per parents' information. Especially the grandfather who has said this. This was the picture of the child. It is visible from that. Okay. There are so many small bumps and warts are there. And it is one of the most contagious among the children. That's why we have to restrict them to going to school or attend the nursery also, because it may affect the other children. On the chest also, and he was itching too much, so it becomes suppurated. His grandfather described his nature as a irritable, aversion to be touched or hugged, demand things very obstinately, cross, strikes other children while playing, pinching, snap with fingernails to injure also. અને ગુજરાતીમાં typically બાચુકડા ભરી જેવા કહેવાય છે. That is what he do. He scratch with the nails of other skin. Many times he receives beating from his mother because of his naughty behavior. Especially rolling on the floor if his demands are not fulfilled. He rolls on the floor if his demand is not fulfilled properly. Even on the road, even in the public place, he do that thing. He prefers all type of the biscuits and packed food, also like to have sweets. He doesn't prefer woolen cloth in winter season and likes to wear cotton cloths only. He doesn't prefer woolen clothes in the winter. Symptoms selected for the repetition, because it is a OPD case, it is almost taken within 15 minutes. Anger children in, striking general children in, obstinate children, irritability children in, finger puts mouth in, and warts on the face. So these are the symptoms has been taken. These are the medicines are coming. Lycopodium, chamomilla, silicea, medoranum, ipecac. Any suggestions, please? Any suggestions, please? Any suggestion? Yeah, please. Any suggestion? Okay. Understanding of the case, that is viral skin infection, reversible pathology. Prominent mental behavioral symptom present. Patient says child 6 to 7 years, no other systemic disease present, susceptibility moderate to high because behavioral symptoms are, characteristic behavioral symptoms are predominant. Miasm sora to psychosis, potency moderate to high. Medicine chamomilla has been given 200. Follow-up chart, treatment started, chamomilla 200 single dose. Improvement noted in the number of the warts. Again, irritability and obstinate behavior noted by the parents. Chamomilla 1 ml has been given single dose, and all the warts has been disappeared within almost a month. Slight irritability noted. Chamomilla 1 ml again repeated, and then placebo, placebo, placebo. These are the picture of the child. All the warts has been gone. Almost on the chest there are 1, 2 are remaining. Conclusion, what I conclude from this case: indicated homeopathic medicines create possibility to cure. Second, minimum doses of indicated medicines cure speedily. If we don't interrupt much, it generally cures. To decide similimum indicated medicine, application of homeopathic principle is mandatory. In this case, aphorism 211. Mental and dispositional symptoms are chiefly determine the choice of the remedy. Scientific evaluation of the each follow-up forms scientific clinical practice. We have to critically and clinically verify all the follow-ups. That is most important part. Homeopathy cures if we perceive what is to be cured in the patients. These are the just experiences. And the last one, we should conclude somehow. This is a very important case of a tubercular pleurisy, because he came to me with a reference from a other practitioner. The patient was highly allergic to allopathic, especially AKT. And if he takes AKT, he first go into renal failure and then hepatic failure. Acute ARF and acute hepatic failure, because AKT always causes liver damage. This all he starts, and he always develops severe diarrhea and vomiting like symptoms, because once he started AKT. So unfortunately he started. "37 years of age, male patient. Actually he is working in a Surat city, almost 600 kilometers away from my city, but his native place is our place. So he came to just have the opinion only." These are the common man's criteria. So what actually on the 20th March of 2010 occurred? GIT, that is the location, since one day, severe vomiting and diarrhea, can't eat anything, discomfort in abdomen, elements from allopathic medicines, that is confirmed by him also, કે હું કોઈ પણ વખતે આ દવા લઉં છું, મને આ થાય જ છે, એટલે this is very common. So when he told other physician, he specifically said that I will not give you medicine, you go to homeopathy only, because now they can treat you. And now it is an acute presentation. weakness 3 plus. You will hear in his voice also, and the whole look, you can say it is kind of the look. Can't speak properly, voice, hoarseness of the voice, can't walk much, weight 55 kg. Can the video will play or not? We will do another way.
તમને અત્યારે થાય છે ને એ આખું વિગતથી મને સમજાવો તો શું થાય તમને?
Basically, just hear the voice, tonal quality of the patient also. Don't try to understand the wordings. Just locate on the tonal quality of the word, patient. Tonal quality.
આજે અત્યારે જો ઝાડા ઉલટી સિવાય બીજું શરીરમાં કોઈ દુખાવો નથી કે કોઈ તકલીફ નથી.
Have you heard which kind of the voice he is talking about? The facial expression and the sunken look of the eye.
એ ઝાડા ઉલટી ને વીકનેસ એ મને સમજાવો તો.
Okay. Now see this follow-up. Do you find any noticeable change? Just witness.
સારું સાહેબ
શેમાં શેમાં?
આમ બધે વીકનેસ થઈ ગઈ.
After 2 days, here once again.
સારું સાહેબ
See the sharpness of the eyes, the tonal quality has changed, weakness has gone, he come into life, almost like that.
આમ બધે વીકનેસ થઈ ગઈ.
એટલે વીકનેસ થઈ ગઈ એટલે
એટલે નબળાઈ જે હતી એ થતી રહી અને ઝાડા ઉલટી કંટ્રોલ થઈ જાય.
So what he is conveyed, that weakness has gone and diarrhea vomiting has stopped. I am not so much urging for that. It is now controlled very well. So this is how, this is the follow-up. Probably we will go to the last follow-up also, if it is available. After long period.
ત્યારે થઈ ગયું.
So his weight gain from 55 to 76 or 79 kg. That is one of the most important sign of the treatment of the tuberculosis. Weight gain should occur. Then your treatment without AKT, this has been achieved almost within span of 1 or 1.5 year. So this is what the structure, photograph, video and his weight. We will go to the PowerPoint because all the data in that. So the whole genesis of this, from 2009 he was suffering from this. Right pleural effusion, query left pleural effusion, that was given in the X-ray of his 2009. When I saw the X-ray, discharge summary saying that diagnosis right pulmonary cock with severe gastroenteritis with AKT induced hepatitis. X-ray pleural effusion 50 ml. Discharge summary, right pleural effusion, AKT since 11/12/2009, admitted with severe vomiting in Surat Hospital on 14/8/2010. That is one of the most important day recently gone. That is a kite festival. And diagnosed as AKT induced hepatitis with ARF. AKT was stopped and was now come with the severe vomiting since 2 days. Blood pressure was 90/60 on admission. On discharge, patient is well. In past history, 19/3/2010 chest X-ray, right pleural effusion. Allopathic physician referred the patient to the homeopathy as he is allergic to allopathic drug. Patient is allergic to allopathic drug. Patient referred by a physician having history of right pleural effusion treated with AKT, developed severe gastroenteritis disturbance, severe vomiting and diarrhea. Since one day, severe weakness and voice changes. After taking AKT, patient can't walk properly because of that weakness. Physician has diagnosed as an allergy to allopathic treatment. These are the details of the patient. Patient as a person. Patient coming from middle socio-economic group, suffering from right pleural effusion since 2009. Treated with AKT but allergic to AKT. Suffered from AKT-induced hepatitis. Mentally he is preferred to be in quiet atmosphere and doesn't like to live in a congested place or city. Surat is a nowadays very congested city. He feels Aklaman. The main thing that I never come to the English understanding of Aklaman, but generally it called restlessness, or when restlessness merge with the anxiety, it becomes generally Aklaman. In congested place, CTN would like to go to hometown at village. So that is what he came. He prefers to be at village as there is a peace, quiet, natural atmosphere and no noise. In contrast, in city, too much pollution, noise, disturbances, so feels irritated and disturbed under different circumstances. He is much interested in business and would like to develop more and more and more. He is in the diamond business, comparatively high-end business, what we call. Earning is far more better than rest of the business. He feels that he has not enough money and thus thinks about business and mentions that business in his hobby. As a hobby, he has mentioned his business. When I asked, what is your hobby? He said, business is my hobby. He also prefers to travel to natural places, hill station, where he can quiet atmosphere and can take rest. He prefers natural beauty, hill station, farms, rivers, trees, greenery, etc. So, rubric selected with elements from crowd, society in, disturb, aversion to being, sensitive noise to, irritability easily, business talks of, delusion, poor he is, rest desire, travel desire, side, right, then left, chest pain, inspiration during, inflammation, pleura, right, inflammation, pleura, tuberculosis during. These are the pathological rubric what I had took. And the medicines is coming, bryonia. Again, understanding of the case, that is chronic, slowly progressing disease, qualified and characteristic symptom available, susceptibility low to moderate, potency medium, that is 30, repetition tedious for 2 days only, and medicine bryonia alba has been given. About miasm, according to Dr. Hahnemann, Similimum takes care of characteristic symptom, susceptibility, miasm, totality of the symptom. These are not important for us. So case taken was 20th March and all allopathic medicine has been stopped at that time. And bryonia 30, TDS for 2 days means 6 dose has been given. And rest of the thing only managed by the placebo. And he is better. Almost still I have not given any of the thing till now. And still he is very good. I am in contact with him. So last follow up these are the photograph of when he came. (66 kg), 69 kg, 71 kg, so 55 to 71 with tubercular pleurisy, with bryonia 6 doses, without AKT. Almost same conclusion is there. I hope I have done my work to inspire you, because that is common. If masters can do, learners can do. We all are learners. We can be master after 20, 30, 50 years. No problem. But at present, all are learners. Just we have to follow what has been said from the textbook to the recent masters. And don't be selective so much. In each case, different master will appear. And it can be helpful. So no prejudice toward any of the system of the homeopathy also, any school of homeopathy also, but integrated, inclusive. That will happen a lot. That will help us a lot. That is what helped me too. In not that way me too, but it is in that sense me too also. So this is how it can work. Okay, thank you very much for patiently hearing. Any question you have, you can ask me. So clinical medicine is important, pathology is important, practice of medicine is important, even toxicology is very important, PSM is important, general rules and regulations of the homeopathic practice are very important. Thus I have said that informed consent is one of the most important criteria in coming days, or the legal guardian sign is very important. Even now I am advocating my students also, okay, so you must know or you must have the certificate AHA certified CPR and first aid. That is also a part of our education, and it should be done by each and every medico. Because in case in your clinic, if somebody have cardiac arrest, then what you will do? There are cases. Suppose Adil is going to come over here. Adil Chinthanwala is going to come over here to have lecture. So such kind of the cases can happen. So what we will do? If suppose in front of us somebody goes into cardiac arrest. So are we not? We are not so prepared for the CPR. If we are knowing and if we are certified, then we can do. The same way first aid. Any accidents can occur. So this all in train, in buses, in roadside, in our home. So our medical faculty is not only very specialized, but it is a more socialized also. So if we want to contribute toward the society in a different way, these are the different ways to do. So that we can adapt if we want to adapt. It is not compulsory nowadays, but it should be compulsory according to my view. Okay, suppose any of the child, our own child get cuts in hands, either with the thread of the kite or any of the broken glass. We should know how to dress it properly. That is essential thing. And that's why first aid is one of the best course, which is mostly available freely. Nobody charges for that. CPR is chargeable if you are going to have a certified CPR provider. Otherwise it is free. So thank you very much and wish you all best of luck for your learning and caring the patients. But first one I must say, always write down the transcript of each and every case. Because once you understand the importance of transcript of the case, you will understand many of the things. Perfect transcript, because you are seeing the live cases, na? So don't repeatize it first. Make transcript of it first. Which kind of the questions asked at a which point of time, and what patients gives answer, that is the most important thing. That way you learn the art of case taking. So transcript writing is one of the most important, what I have understood in my practice and from seeing the different people. Okay, one should know the each and every case. Suppose you take one case, you write down transcript. First video it and then see the video and make a transcript. So video you will see the 2 times, na? One time in front of the patient and second video. So the picture of the patient will be very clear in your mind at 12 o'clock night. You have time from 9 a.m. to 12 on night. From 12 to 8 you can sleep, walk, exercise, whatever you want to do. But these are the schedule can be adapted. Up to 12, if you are married, then give 10 to 11 to wife also. Or the children also, that is also important aspect. Or 9 to 11 to the family. But 1 hour, focus on your study also. This is most important part. Without hard work, nothing will come easy. We are still doing the same thing. this schedule. Or either we can wake up in 4 o'clock. If we have suppose any time zone difference cases, then we have to get up at 4. Take the proper case, Skype through, repertorize it, then you have to suggest medicine also. You have to sometimes find them proper homeopathic store also. Okay, here it will be available. This all the criteria we should know where which kind of the homeopathic store is available, what is the address, what is the cost of that particular medicine, or any other homeopathic doctor they can give the medicine. This all thing can happen. So lots of apart from only repertorizing, selection of medicine, lots of things to do. This all you have to take care, and just keep in your mind that these all things should be done properly in a systematic manner, and then document it properly. That documentation after 5 year, 10 year, it will speak for you. That documentation will speak. Okay, thank you very much.